Today, we'll study about management concept and fundamental. This is about the fundamental concept in management. There are three key concepts in management. What are these? That is the organization, and then goal, and management itself. What about the organization? Organization is people working together. The people working together, the group of people that working together and coordinating their action to achieve specific goal. There is a goal, a specific goal, and there is a coordination of the action or activity of their activity. So we call this working together because there is a coordination. If not coordination, we cannot say working together. And the second key is about goal. What is the goal? Goal is a desired future condition. That is the desired future condition. We can say this. The goal is target. Maybe we familiar with this statement that the goal is target that the organization seek to achieve in the future condition. Something that organization want to achieve in the future condition. And finally, the key concept in management is management itself. What is the management? Management is the process how to use the resources, how to use the organizational resources to achieve the organization goal. Management is a process. There are three concepts in the management: the organization, the goal, and the management itself. Okay, what does it about organizational resources? Resources are organizational assets. Resources are organizational assets that include man, money, machinery, and the material. Man, machine, material, and money. And the manager to meet its goal. Using this resource. Okay. How about the performance? How about the performance? The organizational performance. How we can measure the performance of the organization? How we can measure or appreciate the manager performance? Organization performance can be measured using two statements: effectively and efficiently. Manager must be use resources, the organizational resources, by effectively and efficiently to satisfy customer and to achieve the goal. What about the efficiency? Efficiency is a measure of how well resources are used to achieve a goal. In other side, effectiveness is the measure of the appropriateness of the goal chosen. This call about this or right goal, and the degree to which they are achieved. So, efficiency is talking about how And then effectiveness is talking about, we can say this, what, what. Goals chosen, that mean is what. We can say this, the effectiveness is about what is our goal. What is our goal? And the efficiency is talking about how we can achieve our goal. How we can achieve our goal is about the efficiency. This is talking about the way to achieve the goal. And the effectiveness is the goal itself. There are many definitions in management. Every people that study in deep in management have their own definition. For example, Frederick W. Taylor, he defined that the management is the art of knowing what you want to do is about the activity, and then seeing that is done the best and cheapest way. And it's talking about the way. What you want to do, that is the target, and cheapest way, best and cheapest way, that is the efficiency. This is talking about the effectiveness. Effectiveness. In contrary, Henry Fayol defined that the management is how to manage, to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command, and to coordinate and to control. So Henry Fayol talking about what is it? Talking about the process. Frederick Taylor talking about the effective and efficiently. And in another definition is proposed by Peter F. Drucker. He thought that the management is work and has its own skill. He's talking about work and own skill, own tool, and own technique. So we can conclude it that the management is the art of getting things done through and with people. So we want to get our goal by using another people. That is the management. That is the conclusion of definition management from every people in the we can conclude it from the F.W. Taylor opinion, from Henry Fayol opinion, and Peter Drucker opinion. We can say that the management is the art of getting things done through and with people. Or we can say that management is how we use another people to achieve our goal. We can say that. Okay. The definition of management we can classify it by the view. When we view the management from the production or efficiency oriented, we can say that the management is the art of knowing what you want to do and seeing the decision in the best and cheapest way. This is talking about efficiency, cheapest way, and the best. This is talking about the efficiency oriented. So Frederick Taylor come from this definition, production or efficiency oriented. So what is the management? When we see from the production or efficiency oriented view. We can see that this is the definition from this oriented. We can see that the definition of management in the different oriented. And then, what is the management what is the management defined by the decision oriented? The people that concerned in the decision oriented will define that the management is simply the process of decision making. The process of decision making and control over the action of human being. Control the action of the human being for express purpose of attaining predetermined goal. So we can see that the goal is the target of the management, and this is talking about the process, decision making and control. This is from decision oriented definition. And how about the people oriented definition? The people oriented definition of the management is the accomplishment of the result through the effort of other people. How we use other people to achieve our goal. This is talking about use other people. How we use other people to get our achievement, our organization achievement. In function oriented, define that the management is to forecast and to plan and to organize and to coordinate and to control. Do you remember about this definition? Who that defined that management? Who defined management like this? We can see that the people that define management like this is Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol defined that management is to manage, to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. So we can see that the Henry Fayol is a functional oriented people. Functional oriented people in management. See, functional oriented. He is a functional oriented people that see the management is to forecast, to plan, and to organize, to coordinate, and to control. Okay, what is about the nature and scope of management? The nature of management can be described as follows. We know that the management is multidisciplinary. We are in the technique. We study about the management too. And because this is the multidisciplinary, every department have to study about the management. And then in nature, management have the dynamic principles, dynamic nature of principle. What does it mean about the dynamic nature of the principle in management? The management is not state. Management must be improve time by time. So we can call this that the management in nature is a dynamic, not steady state. Okay? And then another nature of the management is relative, not absolute. Relative, not absolute. We cannot use a principal management from another organization to use their management style in our organization. Why? Why we can use the management style from the another university to the UMS, for example. Why? Because it is relative. It is relative, not absolute. Because these different people, different resource, different principle, so we cannot use the same style in management. So we can say that the management is relative. And the fact that the management is science or art. What is about the management? Is science or art? Science or art? Science is knowledge. We can learn it. Science. How about art? We cannot learn art. Learn art is specific. Art is specific, not general. And then science is tend to general. So this is the contrary. Science tend to general, art tend to specific. So we can say that the management is unique. For every organization have the art in their management, but in principle it's the same. The management and principle of management of every organization is the same, but in the technical or in the implementation it's specific. We can say that management is science or art. Management as profession. So we know that the manager, professional manager. And then the management is universal. Because management can manage every organization, every style. Even to criminal organization, they use the management too. From the state, from the department or university, department or business organization, every group of people use management. That means that the management in nature is universal. Okay. Talking about management that is an art and science, we can see that management is art, practical know-how, technical skill, concrete result, creativity. This is the very specific in art, the creativity and the personalized nature. So very specific. This refer to the art. How about the science? Management has science side. What about the science? Because in management we have used empirical. We must use data. We must use data. We must collect. We must then process the data, and we can using empirical, and then the critical taste and general principle, cause and effect. What is about cause and effect? Relationship. Cause and effect relationship. We can see in bahasa, the cause and effect relationship is sebab akibat. And the universal applicability. So the principle management from another organization, in principle, it can be applied to another organization, because the organization have the science side, that is the universal applicability. But in the style in management will be different every organization, because the management have the art side. Why in general management is the same, and why in practical management is specific, because in general management have science side, and in practical management have the art side, that is specific. Jadi pada umumnya, pada prinsip umumnya, manajemen itu punya sisi sains, sehingga secara umum bisa digunakan. Tapi pada prinsip khususnya, pada praktikal khususnya, manajemen itu punya sisi art atau seni, sehingga dia memiliki gaya yang khusus. Okay, we're talking about the function of management. There are many functions in management, but we can define for 4 elements. What is it? What are the 4 elements? 4 function of management is planning, and then organizing, and then staffing and directing, and then controlling. This is the function in organization or in management. So we can see that the management process is start from planning. What will we do in planning? The focus in planning is choose the goal, choose the target, define the target, choose the goal, and then we must to organize. What is the organize? We must to working together. We must to coordinate. In this section we need to coordinate our activity. So the activity in the organization is coordinate, meeting, coordination, meeting, reporting, and everything. This is the organizing. And then we're talking on the next process, when we choose the goal and we organize or coordinate or meeting, and then we have choose or we have defined the staff and employment. Who? We're talking about who. And we're talking about who. And then next, we must do coordinate and direction. Direction, staffing, and employing. Coordinate, and then we control. So we must do monitor and measure our result from our activity or working. So this is cycles in management process: planning, organizing, staffing and directing, and then the controlling. Staffing and directing, that means is action. So we can plan to check. Plan, organize, action, control, and plan, organize, action, control, and that's the sequence is running, and then improve every sequence. Okay, that is about the management process. What about planning? Planning means the determination of what is to be done. What is to be done? What is? He's talking about what. And who. We're talking about what and who. What refer to target or goal. Okay? And how refer to way. How. Refer to how and where is it, where it is to be done, who is to do it, where and who. So we're talking what, how, where and who, and how the result are to be evaluated. And this is talking about improvement in the next cycles. We define our plan, we choose what want we get or what our target, and then define how and where and who will be done this target, and then we're talking about how to measure our result or how to evaluate our result. Okay. And then organizing. What is the organizing? Organizing refers to the systematic arrangement of different aspects of the business operation to achieve the planned objective. So we can see this is the arrangement. What is it about the arrangement? We must do construct. We can see that the construct. Management is construct. How we arrange of different aspects of the business operation to achieve the planned objective. This is about organizing. And about the staffing. Staffing is how we choose men in organizational structure through proper and effective selection. So, in staffing, we must to select a people, select men to fill the role designed into the structure. So, staffing is about we choose men. About we choose men to do the job in the structure of the organization. Okay. How about the directing? In directing, manager determine direction, state a clear vision for employee to follow, and help employee understand the role they play in attaining goal. So this is the direction is, we can see that this is the leading. Okay. Directing is leading. How we lead our people to achieve our goal. This is the directing. And finally, the controlling. Controlling is how to evaluate. How we evaluate how well the organization is achieving its goal and takes correction and makes correction. We must to make correction. We must make correction action, corrective action. What do you want in corrective action to improve the performance? Corrective action is to improve the performance. So we can see that in controlling, manager evaluate how well the organization is achieving its goal and takes corrective action to improve the performance. That is the controlling. Okay. We're talking about the management level. There are three levels in management. There are three levels in management or in manager. The lower ring of the manager call this the first line manager. And the second is the middle, and the top manager is the top level in management. The top level in management. In our organization, we can see that the first line manager is chief of department. Chief of department atau kita sebutlah misalnya ketua jurusan. Ini adalah first line manager. How about the middle? Middle is the second line management. Dean atau dekan. How about the top manager? Top manager is rector. wakil rektor, dekan, wakil dekan. Ini adalah termasuk the middle manager. Ketua jurusan, kemudian para pembantunya, pembantu jurusan atau sekretaris. You can see that the first line manager, because from the first line manager there is no manager below from the first line manager. So first, the top, the middle, the first line, and then employee, and then employee. Jadi di bawah ketua jurusan sudah tidak ada lagi manager, adanya adalah employee. Siapa dia? Yaitu para dosen. Ini the level, management level. There are 3 level in management, in manager. Jadi bawahan dari top manager adalah para manager. Bawahan dari middle manager adalah manager juga. Bawahan dari first line manager adalah karyawan. Sudah tidak ada lagi manager. Kalau masih ada lagi manager, berarti dia masih masuk dalam middle manager. Okay? It is clearly when we see in this picture. In the pyramid, we can see that the top manager, rector, and then the middle manager, dean, and then first line manager, chief of department, ketua jurusan, and then the non-management ya para dosen dan karyawan yang lain. This is the levels of the manager, 3 levels of the management. You can see this. How about the role? Role of manager is this. Role of the manager is according to the level of the management. But there are 3 broad role categories: interpersonal, informational, and then decision. How about skill? Managerial skill. There are 3 managerial skills that sets that the manager need to perform effectively: the conceptual skill, the human skill, and then the technical skill. Every level in management have need this skill. Every level management need this skill. Why? The top manager have had a conceptual skill and human skill and the technical skill. So in the first line manager. But we can see every level need this skill, but in the different portion. We can see in top manager need the large conceptual skill, the large part of conceptual skill, and the minor part of the technical skill. This the minor part of the technical skill. The top manager need conceptual skill, the large part, and then technical skill in minor part. In contrary, the line manager, the minor part of conceptual, but need large part of technical. How about the human? Human is evenly the same in every level, the same part in every level, because this is the organizational skill. The human skill is the organizational skill, the principle of in organizational skill. Okay. Okay, this is the introduction concept in management. Thank you for attention, and please write your comment in this video. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.